The new 911 Turbo S is out, and as expected, it's a hybrid. It has a hybrid system, but it still keeps the flat six, and it has turbochargers, newer turbochargers, I think. But yeah, combined, this car puts out 701 horsepower. Now that's a lot of power, especially for a 911. I mean, we already know how fast those things are of a straight line, and with the with the hybrid system and the added power from this car, this thing's probably gonna destroy every other car in the drag race now. I mean, the only thing that was holding it back was it was using a regular engine with a turbocharger, which meant that, I mean, it had some, even though it was really perfected, it still had basic limitations. But I guess that's probably gonna be gone now, and this is gonna be the new quarter mile king, and I don't see any car being able to beat it. So yeah, the new 911 has a power bump, and the hybrid system, I honestly don't have much of a problem with it. I mean, it's helping the performance and not really something that we notice in a negative way. But I feel like they could have tried to take this opportunity and maybe get rid of the turbochargers, make it an NA, a flat six with the hybrid system. Now, I don't know if they'll be able to get the same power figures. That's probably a constraint they had. They probably had to rework the engine and, I don't know, do a lot of work on the engine to get that level of power from a hybrid system and flat six without making the car heavy. Making the car heavy is a big issue. Otherwise, they could have probably put in bigger motors to give out more power and all that stuff. They probably have limitations, but still, I'm okay with it. And at least the engine's still there. I mean, they didn't get rid of the engine. I was half worried that it might end up being a four-cylinder or something. I mean, it's not that far-fetched to think about the downsides of the engines for the environment stuff and the fuel efficiency and all that. But no, they gave us the engines and they put in a hybrid system to manage everything. And I feel like that's probably the right move. Instead of downsizing the engines, put in a hybrid system and somehow manage the weight, or maybe give it a bit more power to balance it out rather than just downsizing the engine. And I don't know, if possible, get rid of the turbochargers. Now, since the 911 Turbo had turbochargers, I guess people don't have a problem with it. But if they managed to get rid of it in this car, it would have been incredible and people would have loved it. I mean, this would have been the car that everyone's talking about. A 911 with a natural aspirated engine with that kind of power. I mean, the 911, let's face it, it's something that we consider a daily driver type of, well, I don't know if you can call it a supercar, but if you want to daily drive a supercar, a 911 does cross your mind. And sure, the power figures aren't really up to the supercar standards of modern supercars, but still, if it's a daily driver and it's nice to drive and has the performance, I don't think people have a problem with it. This is the kind of sweet spot for cars. When people want some utility but also want the supercar type of experience, the 911 Turbo S is kind of the answer. I mean, it's kind of a weapon. Think about it. It's an awesome car. Now, what's going to be happening with the 911 in the future? Well, I guess at some point they'll probably end up going electric. I mean, this is probably the foundation for that, the hybrid system. And at one point it's probably going to take over and the internal combustion engine will be gone. And that's sad to think about. But still, the fact that they managed to bring this car out, give it more power, and pretty much keep the core fundamentals of the car is pretty great news. And the design, well, the designs, honestly, the 911 design's kind of iconic. You don't really need to mess with it. I mean, you only see the slightest changes in the design. It's a design that works and you don't need to mess with it. And I wish the other manufacturers would do the same thing. I mean, for example, Ferrari. I mean, their design, I feel like, peaked with the 458 LaFerrari type of design, and they should have just kept that and made small, tiny improvements to it. But they changed it up, and well, we know how everyone feels about that. But yeah, the 911 still looking pretty good, and it's probably gonna destroy a lot of supercars and maybe even start destroying hypercars now. So yeah, this is a good looking car.